Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing Dark Souls 1 on the PC. This is my walkthrough. We're now in the Oolacile Sanctuary, having just taken care of the Guardian, the Sanctuary Guardian, and now we're making our way over to what I believe is called the Royal Wood. It's a really fun place with some definitely unique enemies. So, we are on part 34. It is the Oolacile Sanctuary and Knight Artorias boss fight. Yes, these enemies here. So we're in a huge wood, and we're trying to work on our parries here because it's a new enemy. And boy, it's been really hot today. It was like, I think 108. I'm here in just, just boxer shorts. No pants, no shirt. And it occurred to me, the hotter it gets, the more clothes you have to take off. You know, it started with my shirt, then it goes my pants, and then what I was thinking, what if it gets so hot, I have to take my boxers off too? And I was just thinking, what the fuck? Too hot to wear clothes? Something has to be wrong with life if that's the case, where you can't even wear fucking clothes. But that's just a small joke. These guys here, there's a lot of ambushes in the forest here, and it always seems to me when I'm fighting my way through here that if there's one guy, there are others in the out of your peripheral vision. So that overhead slam that they do can be parried, and just try to do the parries as you see fit. So you've got some more guys. Look at this. Look at this. 3 guys running at me. And in the distance, we've got a giant whom I'm trying to keep at bay. See, the bonfire that we started at in this chapter is the one that we're going to run from to fight Knight Artorias. And we can't directly go to the elevator until we do a more circuitous route this way. So I aggroed that guy with the pitchfork, and the giant seemed to get a little suspicious. There we go, finally got a parry. But I was having a blast playing this. This is the first time I've ever played this. And we're going to be two-handing a little bit here. And he smashed me. And he pulls up a whole bunch of dirt that damages you heftily. I've also recently picked up the Chloranthy ring too, and from Google searches that I've done, the Chloranthy ring and the Grass Crest shield, if you have both, it does stack stamina benefits. So I would look into doing that if I were you. So we felled this giant. Sometimes they give out twink. There you go. Thanks for the twink. And then we're going to head over here. And the first time you come over here, there is a giant red dragon that stomps on the bridge, sort of in the vein that the one in the Undead Burg did in the beginning of the game. But be very careful over here because there are a lot of precipices that you can fall into and perish instantly. So, Knight Artorias gave me a few issues. He's a fast boss. Not that deadly. Oh, these guys with the shears here. And look at these. These are really cool enemies. However, you can run past all of this if you want to. And I have gone through the game like a couple times for this guide, but on this DLC, I've never gone through it. So if you sense at any moment like the threads of inexperience running through it, you will be correct because I've never done this before. So it doesn't have any previous experience accompanying it. So yeah, general advice here. These guys, they seem to blend in with the environment pretty well. We're getting bled a little bit. And Knight Artorias, to my knowledge, he's not weak to any elements. He is weak to magic weapon. So he's weak to magic, but I don't know how to use that. I don't know what that is. I did a search for it. No idea what it is. So I apologize about that, but if you're interested in doing that, you might try your hand at it. The greatsword, I think I might be using a greatsword on him, I'm not sure. The Black Knight greatsword that I used on him did some pretty good damage. This isn't a fight where you're going to be hitting him successively many times because he jumps away pretty fast. I mean, if you've got a fast weapon, you can. But you're basically going to be just taking 1 or 2 strikes because he's too quick to evade. And I'm not going to have any part of those guys. So we're going to come in here, stand on this block, and then it's going to raise this elevator, which will connect us down into this location. And then the boss is through that chapel area, but you may die on him. You probably will. And unless you want to run that route that we just did every time, you're going to have to come over here and bring this elevator upwards. And just you can jump off of it, but bear in mind, and any time you come from the Oolacile Sanctuary bonfire, when you come down the lift, and when you're fully down, make sure you bring the elevator back up and then jump off it like we did, so that it will reset every time you die. So here's Knight Artorias. He likes to do jumping flips at you and slow horizontal slashes with his sword, as well as that that sort of ooze that he throws out. And he's got that little 360 twist that he does. And basically, here's how it works. I keep the lock on depressed in, just so that I could tell what he's doing, and then when he's about to jump at me, I break the lock on so I can evade omnidirectionally. And when he does that buff, you can have opportunities to hit him, and you could actually interrupt the buff if you want to. But in my opinion, he doesn't get much benefits from the buff anyway. I mean, he's not getting HP. He might be a little bit more poisonous, I'm not sure. But yeah, he's also got the lunge. Watch out for the lunge. And it does look like I'm using this sword, which has, I think, 286 of damage, so it's really good. And we're going to be two-handing it. See? It's imperative to keep him on the screen, but I just find that when he's jumping at you, if you have the lock-on held, you only get 4 choices of evading. And I think I also have the Darkwood Grain Ring on here for more iframes. Yeah, do I? Yeah, I have the ninja ring on, just for a little bit more flexibility with the iframes. So he can actually trap you and continually jump on you, but from what I've noticed, it doesn't take a whole hell of a lot away. So the strategy is simple: just keep your distance, evade, and then punish his jumping attacks. I was a little bit too far there to hit him while he was buffing, so I'm just going to forget it. Here he's going to jump. Just hit once. You really can only hit once with this slow weapon. The sword's hitbox is not as lenient as I would like. It's a little bit like, well, you know, I clearly evaded that time. It's kind of bullshit. Okay, he's going to go in for a jump. We're going to evade. See, I mean, come on. I'm doing the best I can here. You're still hitting me with this phantom range bullshit. But when I was doing this fight, it struck me for the 1,000th time of the inherent problems with the evasion system when coupled with using it with the lock-on. Because when you're not locked on, you have trouble keeping the enemy on screen. And when you're like that, you have more flexibility with rolling. So there's actually a catch-22 where if you can have the lock on held in. You can have the enemy on the screen at all times, but you're limited with what was I trying to do there? Get away with murder. You're definitely limited because you can only roll in 4 directions. So sometimes each of those directions equals damage because you're supposed to roll like up and to the left, not just left, if you can see. So equipped rings here, the Darkwood Grain Ring and Havel's Ring. I am going to be switching out, you'll see in the next video, I'm going to be switching out the heavy leather for the Elite Knight leather, or excuse me, the Elite Knight set. And my reason for that was simply just the damage absorption. So he should almost be dead now. I did have to kindle the bonfire in Oolacile because I was just having issues taking him down with just the 5 traditional heals. Maybe if I do another run through of the game, we'll just stick to 5. But there is the Soul of Artorias. Here is an NPC whom you can interact with. And then I think from here, we're going to be going to the next bonfire. Okay, so we've got a gold tracer and another weapon there. And then now we're in the township. This is a really cool area. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hoped that this helped you out, and take care of yourselves.